There's a YouTuber I watch that does that.
Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Thursday night, and we are ready to get back into it. All things only murders in the building, season 3, episode 3, and we got two of the best coming with us. What's up, Phantom D Saint? And the Tony goes to what's happening with you?
Yo, I was hoping you were gonna say, and the Tony goes to Fandom DC.
We don't give him that much love, not yet. We got to get some right calls first.
But yeah, glad to be here talking about the only murders in the building. And within this episode, damn it, automatic 10 out of 10 because you see a Funko Pop in
Just for a Funko.
Was it one or two? How many Funko Pops do we see?
Well, I only spotted one.
I only spotted one.
It looked like a Princess Leia Funko Pop over to the right of it, but I don't know. You couldn't quite see it. I wasn't sure. Oh, man, absolutely amazing. And speaking of amazing, we got the other one coming down this road with us, a.k.a. the musical. How are we doing today?
I am doing all right. It's been a hectic week. So I'm glad I'm here. I get to chill with my boys.
There we go. We're going to get into it, have a little bit of fun. But before we get started, I just got to give a quick apology. I am so sorry to Miss Selena Gomez. I had no idea. The Giant Tamer just looked up some stuff on her because, I was made some comments about looking frumpy and a little washed a little bit. And it turns out, I guess the poor girl has lupus. She has had a
That's what it was. I knew there was something I was forgetting when we talked about it. Yeah. So the only thing I could think of was a child, but that's not it. Yeah.
No, she's had chemotherapy. She's had a kidney transplant. It sounds like our girl's
baby girl has been going through the most. I totally spaced on that. Yeah.
My bad. I feel sorry. You are amazing. The fact that you're here and going through it and making this series happen, all props to you.
And still doing a banger of a job.
Absolutely. What's up, Jake Cruz? Christian Oles, I see you out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, we're going to get into it. Episode 3 in season 3. This one's called Grab Your Hankies. And we open with Oliver trying to rewrite his entire play and turn it into a musical in one night. This seems a bit ambitious even for him. The desperate act of a desperate man. Is he being so thirsty to get his show off? Is that going to put him and his crew in a bad and dangerous situation by the end of the season, Phantom?
I mean, think about it. His last show was Splash, and that didn't end so well. And this is pretty much his hope right here. In previous episode, that reviewer was like, yo, this shit stank. And normally for you, come on now, something's up here. So this is really his last hope here. So I don't blame him for being up all night trying to find that banger just to please his financial people. The sponsors, there we go.
Absolutely. But is him being so thirsty going to put him and the crew in a dangerous situation by the end of this season, AK?
Hard to tell. Honestly, I need more information. I mean, we've seen all manners of drama happen around this dude. There's already been one murder. I mean, how much more worse can it get than that? Another murder? Maybe. I mean, it seems like they're going that way, but we're going to have to wait and find out. I'm enjoying the teasing of it all, though.
Oh, they are definitely teasing it. Well, he stares up at his cast of 6. He says they're all killers, meaning in the spotlight. But back at Mabel's place, she and Charles are looking at the whole cast, knowing one of them really is a murderer. What's up, Phantom? Do we have any guesses so far who we think it is?
Oh, no, for a fact, it's not Kimberly. I think that's the name of the one. I'm like,
Kimber.
It's no
Kimber.
It's too early. Oh, Kimber? Yeah, it's too early. It's too early in the season. Directing it towards her. Nah, unless she tried to kill him the first attempt and failed, and then someone tried to kill him the second time, and that's the actual true murder of the season.
Are we all on that same page that there's definitely been 2 different murders? There's been 2 different attempts from 2 different people, and it wasn't the same person going after them?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. And
then now the styles are 2 different.
And at the same time, okay, is it going to be a woman? Because they did say another woman murderer. That's going to be 2 done.
I mean, you know what they say, though. According to that other fandom that we first came into this game on, poison is a woman's weapon.
True.
Oh, that is absolutely correct. Oh, nice. Where's that? I almost had it. Almost could have had that unconnect. Just lost it.
Hold up! Didn't Peter manipulate Eliza to poison him? Tell him, yo, poison this guy, John Aaron, or no? That was her idea.
That was Liza.
Honestly, I wouldn't put that past Liza to do at all. I think she would go to that extreme if she thought, because sorry, he asked the question, so it's a sidebar. It's not my fault this time. Look at what was going on with Sweet Robin. Her first thought was, nah, my boy has to stay with me. We got to protect him. John was trying to foster him out to either Tywin was gunning for that, and so was Stannis. She didn't want him going with either one of them, so something had to be done quickly to stop all that.
I think Peter Baelish just saw she was going nuts and couldn't be controlled anymore, and basically just got rid of her and enter the next pawn.
That could have happened too. She's very easy for him to manipulate.
But back up in here, while he stares up at his cast, he's, like I said, he thinks he's going to be able to get this off. Is he going to have to get some more people in this play? Like, is he really going to do this entire musical with 6 people? I mean, talk about a budget cut.
That can be done. Ask any theater kid, that can be done. I've seen whole just one-man shows where the production is on an even tighter budget than they have.
Keeping the budgets from holding and murders in the buildings. Like, how cute was that when Charles asked Mabel to like act like Oliver and just kill him with snark? Like, and I gotta say, she nailed it. That was very Putnam-esque. She was doing it. Just a little less of anything you just did. Oh, I must admit, Oliver almost got me as excited as Cliff when he unveiled that death rattle dazzle idea. Like, what does not have me so excited is the notion of having to watch him and his mother like make out all season. Like, what's going on with this, AK?
I am not here for lifestyles of the Hollywood Targaryens. No, thank you. It just says ick to me the whole time. It just says like this is an overbearing mom that has been controlling and manipulating her son to where this boy has Stockholm syndrome now. And even though, he thinks he's gay, I have seen no signs really to say that this man is gay. That's how some dudes in theaters just act.
Yeah. And at the end of the episode, it's like we learn like what was it? Like when he went to the doctor said, okay, he has to stop breastfeeding now.
At 8.
And he's like, hey, if you love something.
Doctor, did you know this was going on and you're only telling her now that it needs to stop? That is reckless endangerment. Both of y'all, Azkaban.
Unless they kept it on the
CPS
low
right now.
until they realized something or they brought it up.
Call CPS right now. No, I sentenced them both to Azkaban immediately.
That was disgusting. But I did, however, love the breakdown Donna gave of what it takes for a musical to be so successful. Like showing she not only does have a true passion for the theater, but also actually knows what the fuck she's talking about. So
she knows her shit.
And in the end, Oliver didn't get the 3 months he asked for to come up with the concept. He only got 3 days. And that seems like a pretty tight turnaround, even for somebody as great as on the fly as he is. But I don't know. Will he be able to get this play off the ground, or will it be every bit the flop that Splash was, Brandon?
Nah, he has to. As a Putnam fan, I'm biased, but
he's going to get this one off. He's going to make it work.
The only way it won't happen is if, again, he has like another heart attack or something, and he's like, I can't do it.
No problem. Back at Mabel, she and Charles are having a tough time finding a direction to head this investigation. And is Charles like really so delusional that he believes these people actually grew up idolizing him, AK?
Yes. That is not even a question. We have seen that with his ego since episode 1 of season 1. Yeah, no doubt in my mind at all. He really thinks he is the star of the show.
Hey, Linda, good to see you out there. Welcome. Glad you stopped in. Oh, yeah, he is just too much. The cop said Ben's blood was clean. What if it wasn't, and it's this new cop that tried to kill him the first time just saying the blood was clean? What do you think about that, fandom? Because we just saw this new cop popped in. He just said Williams is off or doing whatever. Like, what if he's the killer?
And that'll be another season where there's another cop helping out the murderer. So, no, I don't want that.
That's not happening?
Nah. It doesn't have to point to that. There are different poisons and things you could mix poisons with to where once it enters the body, it does what it's supposed to do, and then it dissipates just like that. You wouldn't, and no doctor or anyone doing an autopsy would know that it was in there unless they knew like the very specific tiny markers there are to look for in the body to test for that thing specifically. They can't just do like a general test to find some poisons.
Well, just like I'm wondering how AK seems to know so much about poison. Charles said, what if the poison wouldn't show up after 5 minutes? And Mabel was like, ooh, like, how does Mabel know so much about poison?
Yeah, even he side-eyed that. He was like,
I mean, okay, see, just because you made that comparison, I think I am fully able to speak for the lady Mabel. And
Take
yo,
care,
we read a lot. See, sis,
maybe
we read a lot. There's random tangents that I get, not tangents, but like just these weird rabbit holes of just reading about random things that will get me into finding out a whole bunch of new shit that has nothing to do with nothing. But I love having that knowledge.
Well, I like how Jake's with you guys. He says we already had a murder cop, can't do that again. But man, we're running out of things. I mean, we've already had a podcast killer. We've already had.
I mean, why can't we? They live in a big city.
They're gonna. I don't know. It seems like they're gonna reloop on something somewhere, and they are all suspects so far.
Wait, wasn't the bassoon person in season 1? Didn't she poison people, or she was just paralyzing people?
No, she was killing people.
Yeah,
but I remember when she tried to kill Luke Charles. Did she try to poison him?
No, she tried to kill him. But he got saved.
But she tried to poison him.
He's saying how was it with poison that she tried to kill him?
Oh, it was in the drink.
Yeah, so did she poison him?
Yeah, so it was so it was a poison, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's how she knew. Maybe she read up on it. So maybe I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because of that.
It's probably possible.
I like that. It could be because she's already been involved. But yeah, Charles definitely gave her the side out like, why do you know so much about fatal poisons? Like,
I mean, you know how some people figure out that you can very easily make mustard gas in your bathroom? Their kids usually in there fucking around when those kids are curious around like that 3 or 4 year old age and they can't reach nothing but what's in the cabinet that's close to the floor in the bathroom. They just start pouring shit in the tub. You really might want to watch your kids when it comes to bathroom products.
Oh my God. How about when they were going through like who it could be, and Charles asked if it could have been Kimber doing it as like part of an internet.
For a second, I was like, "What the hell is a meme?" And I'm like, "Oh, a meme." Damn, Charles.
He's so old.
Oh, they play it so perfect too. They just lean in.
They do. I love it.
Oh, Charles said another female killer, just like what I'm talking about. Like that's so done. Like. Do you think that leans more towards that this killer will not be female, or was that a Shaggy dog and it definitely will be a female killer this season, AK?
It could go either way. It could go either way. We are still on episode 3. I can't call it.
It's too easy. Too much. We all got to be fandom and be straddling the fence right now.
Yep.
Oliver texts Charles telling them that it's time for rehearsal, and then texts Mabel and says she's not even allowed at the house during rehearsal hours. Like, that's so rude.
No, she can't. No, she can't come and pollute the area.
So the two decide the best place to start is to see who still has their hanky, as that might be a decent enough alibi. Like, how did Charles ever make it as an actor when he is so bad at being the center of attention? Like, just has a knack for making every situation a bit more uncomfortable.
I think it happened
That's a very good question.
After he became like famous in Brazos. I think that's what happened. Didn't seem like any other project he did prior. They didn't put him that much to fame.
But just after being
I guess
too much, because it seems like he is the worst. Like he makes every situation worse, more uncomfortable. How are you that awkward in people and being the center of attention when you were a movie star? It's just crazy to me.
I mean, maybe that's it. You know, he was such a big star that he couldn't see past anything that he may have been doing wrong socially, and everyone else looked at him and said, yeah, okay, he's one of those random famous rich Caucasian guys, so they let him slide on everything. It's not a hard reach.
Oh, his reason was worse than his acting. She tried to blow him.
Yeah, his reasoning was so stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Keep him put. Yeah, that's true. She did try to roofie him, keep him there, and then was going to blow up the entire building. So she was going next level last season. Tell me you didn't giggle out loud when Oliver started telling the story of his mom dying, and then it was like, as many of you are probably thinking, I'm probably too young to have a parent that passed. Like, said that shit with a straight face. I was like, oh my God, I was dying. Oh, Oliver kills me. And then when he did the mom's voice and came back with "Mama was a smoker," like, dude, I was.
That was hilarious.
I was so sure Tobert was going to be our killer. Like right out of the gate, I called that. But now I'm not so sure. But he's not. I don't know. The way they kind of did it, they left me more on the fence than where I was when it started. But what kind of vibes were you getting from the man, AK?
The only vibe that I got from him this episode is that he has a thing for Mabel now. That's about it. And maybe he does have something secret on that hard drive that he went in there to get. And we'll hopefully see it later. I don't know.
That was funny when he was calling out Mabel's lies in the elevator and like, delivered so naturally too. Like, Mabel said she's been in this apartment a few times before, and now she says she's never loved it more. Did I call it last week? Did Mabel kill this man just to get his apartment?
To get in there?
Yeah, she needs a new apartment because her aunt just sold hers. She needs a new place and wants to stay at the Arconia. So just take this fool out and take it.
No, she's just a fangirl.
No, because
that's why
rent is still due every month.
Well, too, this would be a good way to get her crew back together. Could still hang out with her olds and make money off the podcast to pay rent.
Is she making enough money to live in that level of luxury apartment from the podcast?
Like I'm seeing, like I'm just watching on the Lincoln Lawyer. Yep, those podcasters can make some real money. Like you don't even realize.
Oh no, some of them do, but their little rinky-dink operation right now, nah.
They're not rinky-dink. Nah. This man heard them all the way over in Botswana. Like they're worldwide.
Do you know what when the last time in any movie or any reference I've heard made for Botswana? It was in Ernest Scared Stupid. I know y'all remember Ernest P. Worrell from way back in the day. Yeah, Jim Varney. Yeah, okay, so Botswana, you're not impressing me. We're talking about Botswana.
Hey, he made, like I said, they made it. They're global. This podcast is huge. Oliver and Cass start practicing the new song, and Loretta comes in late. And seems like Ben's brother just signed a new client. He's going to help Loretta make it big in Hollywood. So did the Loretta kill Ben for Dickie, and now, like, being free of his cruel brother, he's agreed to help Loretta get her career going, AK?
Highly possible. Highly possible because, you know, he just jumped right into service, it seemed, after that. And he does still have all those connections from Ben. So, go ahead and make the bag. I don't know if he did it, if they both did it, but get the bag. I'm not going to be mad at them for that.
Yeah. Even Loretta agrees it's odd to turn the play into a musical, but says it just might be so crazy it could work. And again, I start believing, like, to lean in the show is that she herself is going to end up being total wacko. I think that's what they're trying to show us right now. Like, they're going to turn this woman's a total whack job, and they've given us little glimpses of it, but we just haven't seen it yet. What up? Is she going to end up being a total psycho fandom? Meryl Streep?
About to say Meryl Streep. I'm leaning towards 80-20. She's a whack job.
She's not
80-20. Wow.
Where are you at with it, AK?
Yeah, nowhere near that. That wasn't even on my radar.
Shit, I'm at 95.5. Are you kidding me?
So I mean, may she have some mental issues? Well, yeah, apparently she can see and speak the ghosts. I understand that, but that doesn't mean she's just a crazy murderer running around murking people in this building.
Maybe not, but she may have done it. Like I said, I think she is nuts.
It's interesting that the moment the brother died,
multiple personality, maybe. That's the only way I'd say yes.
Because Paul Rudd dies, and see the brother is now her manager. I'm like, that's very convenient.
Definitely more than a reasonable suspect. It could be. And right when, like I said, I saw those two. I was like, first episode, right when I saw him, I was like, one of those two is the murderer. Either Dickie or Tobert. I was like, the first thing I thought, one of those two is definitely the murderer. But I don't know. I was kind of on the Tobert train, but now I'm not so sure. Because why would he agree? Yeah, we're going to talk about the him and Mabel stuff.
He wasn't really rude to Tobert. His brother, though, he definitely has motive.
Even speaking of total wackos, upstairs, it's like become obvious that Mabel and Tobert are lying to each other about what they're really doing there in Ben's apartment. And just as they're coming clean, they hear the keys jingling at the front door. And I was just like Mabel asking, like, when Tobert said they need to jump in the armoire, why? Like, if he's not supposed to be there, how did he get the keys, Random?
Because he's doing a documentary. So it's
like, yeah, maybe he already had a spare.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that. But yeah, because it's like why would Lester hand him the keys? That doesn't make sense. But how meta was that when Tobert said he knew about the podcast and liked the first season a little better than the second? But it was cute.
After that, I was like, let me
He
go
was
rewatch the first
flirting.
season and the second season again. Hold up, which is the superior season?
Oh, they were both great. I love them both equally. But yeah,
Facts.
I was like, that was definitely a little meta scene. I like that. Like a lot of the people online are probably saying that, the Twitterverse. But while they're hiding, we see Dickie saying, like, God damn it, man, why? And it's filmed as if he's weeping for losing his brother. But it came out to me more like, damn it, man, why'd you make me kill you? Like, was anybody else getting some creepy vibes from dear old brother Dickie?
Since
He
the first
looks
episode.
creepy. Exactly. Since the first episode, the moment he walked on screen, I was like, okay, I don't know if he's a murderer, but he did something.
Yeah, the brother throwing the egg scream like they were trying to throw off his scent. Yeah, throw us off his scent. Exactly. But I think it was the other way. Like, why'd you make me do it? Not why are you dead? So yeah, I got maybe we've all just seen Game of Thrones too much, but I'm just looking for the twist.
Also,
Did
I
you
see
guys-
Tobert's like day's number, because if, like you said, the first episode, I'm just here to see everything. The murderer would want to kill him, just in case if he saw something. So it's like I'm surprised, like the murderer hasn't like tried to go kill him yet.
Which segues into the question that I just had. Do you think that he really didn't know they were hiding in there? Or do you think he did know, but he's still trying to cover his tracks? So he did all that over dramatic why cry thing, throw something to make it look like he's upset, just to throw them off?
That'd be a fun twist. I like that.
Plus, it could just happen to be the phone call about Meryl Streep's audition, so it kind of also panned out.
I was giggling when Oliver was showing the dancing crabmen breeding and breeding, like, but I was saying out loud, like when Loretta hit herself in the face, like, oh my god, that had to hurt. That looked painful. Like, I wonder if that was scripted or just naturally happened when she smashed herself in the face with that lantern. Oh my god, that looked like that almost seems like it was an accident with a prop.
I don't like either one of those sequences.
Oh, it was crazy. I was like, I think she actually did that, and that's I don't know. That just did not look. It looked a little too natural, and it looked painful. But then back at Ben's place, we see Tobert is a liar, and as I previously stated, a bad one. Like, also a terrible storyteller. Like, pretty much all around, not a great person so far. Like, just no longer think he's the killer for some reason. I don't know. What were you feeling about him, Phantom?
I was like, why in the video game that he voice act in Detroit Become Human? Great actor, love all his scenes, loving his gameplay. But in the show, I'm like, what the hell? This story he's telling ain't lively. Like, did the elephant live or not?
And then because we were over there, and then we fed him this, and then we had to feed him. But to get the food, we had to go down the road a little bit, and that road was called, I think it was called Denny's, and Denny's, I believe it was named for the dude.
Bruh, so Mabel was a whole ass mood in that whole scene. Like, bruh, I'm really not feeling this nature salt right now. Like, can we get back to the other stuff? I don't really care about the elephant right now.
Yeah, she was speaking like, get to it, man. I'm not feeling your National Geographic story.
So, am I rambling? I'm sorry.
But however, after seeing a few sparks fly when they were nose to nose, I guess my man gets like a tiny pass for the ending of the elephant story. Like, he wanted to leave Mabel thinking that he was the heroic type. So I guess I kind of get that. I don't know. That was ridiculous. Then Mabel shows off her criminal prowess once again by lifting Tobert's mic without him noticing. And again, why is this woman such a knowledgeable and able apt criminal, AK?
Mabel?
Yeah.
You never know what somebody knows, man. That's
like
why the saying is actually, yeah. Where is she from?
Raised at the Arconia. So how does she?
And where is that? No, where is the Arconian?
I'm guessing Upper Side New York somewhere. I don't know.
She's in New York, damn it.
What's that?
I was gonna say that means I'm thinking from just the surroundings and how it looks. I'm thinking somewhere in Manhattan.
I would have guessed Manhattan because of the money.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then she also still does have, like, the quote unquote barrio roots, so it tracks to me. Anyway, as a New Yorker, it tracks to me that she would have that knowledge just on any random given day. Sometimes you gotta learn shit to survive.
Yeah, she is too able and knowledgeable of a criminal. Like what? She would be running the.
I mean, maybe she watched a lot. She watched a lot of Criminal Minds, Law and Order, Matlock back in the day. We've seen her trickle off into her little fantasies, speaking to these quote unquote ghosts
I don't know.
in
This
spirit. So
might just end up being the killer. She may end up being the killer at the end of the season. She just might be.
I think they want you to think that.
She might, maybe
Free
her
Mabel
aunt isn't even gone anywhere. Her aunt she might have killed her aunt for this apartment, and now she sold it to get money. And
wasn't she away? Wasn't she away when the auntie died though?
I don't think that
wasn't she like just now coming back in. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Yeah,
never died. Right. The aunt just
mixed up the character. You're right.
Yeah, the aunt just sold the apartment. So what if that's all BS? What if she killed her aunt just to get this apartment, and now she just sold it? Now she's got the money to buy the bigger apartment, so she just killed Ben for that.
Where would she have gotten the money from?
She just sold the apartment. Everything's in her aunt's name, but she's paying all the bills. She's the one living there, so she's got access to it all. So she runs it all through her aunt's name, but she's got all the money and access to it.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the aunt yet. So.
But but she wants to stay in that building. Why get another spot? Wait, was that the apartment that her friend was in?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then yeah, I don't know why getting the bigger place would matter to her. Because it's just her. She had more than enough space.
The market was booming. She was able to sell this little apartment, buy a bigger one, and still have money left over. That's just a solid.
I don't know. Yeah,
a solid money.
Definitely on the fence for that.
Downstairs, the cast is bonding over their disdain for Oliver and his latest musical ideas, and they want to go back to the original play idea and vote Charles to be the one to deliver the message. I'd be like, how does this man keep getting stuck with it? Like, I'd be the last. He needs to be the last one to go up and tell Oliver.
No, I wouldn't do it, but I would tell like the best friend to, oh yeah, you go tell him like, yo, we're not with this. So I can see why they.
And that's exactly what happened.
Fellow boys love her to go tell him to tell Oliver, like, you're the manager, you go do it. You're the stage manager. When Oliver asked Loretto like what he needs to do to get people to see what he sees, I was like, dose him with LSD in that job. That's the only way to see the world like you see it, man. Are you kidding me?
Right, the way his mind works.
He sees it in a whole different color scheme. Like everything's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, he fake plays the piano very well. Like he made every scene believable, like that he was the one playing that piano. I was like, God dang.
Maybe he does know how to play it.
No, they would have showed his hands. There's no way he was playing that. Loretta said, what I love, and paused, and then said about Oliver Putnam's show. Did we realize right then that we had some fatal attraction going on? And like, did Loretta kill Ben to save Oliver's show because she loves him and Ben was killing it in a bad way, fandom?
Not just that moment. We saw that like in the first episode.
What's that?
I was hoping we get a flashback, which we probably will, to like when they actually start like catching feelings for each other. Because they all got skipped within those 4 months.
That could have been.
Yeah.
What's up, AK? Do you think there's any way she killed him just to save the show? She did it out of love and because she's a psychopath, and that's just what she thought the right thing to do was?
Yeah. Wait, is this Mabel you're asking about again?
No, I'm talking about Loretta, Meryl Streep. Did she kill Ben?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility, and we know she has the acting chops, so she absolutely could have been just putting on a whole show here, just to try to cover her tracks also.
I mean, there were definitely some sparks flying on that piano bench, but then we see what
absolutely
he really cares about is he lashed out at her instead of being happy for her that she got the job in Hollywood. She's like, no, I'm not letting you go. Like, how brutal was that when Oliver was like, I discovered you, and then told her that she was under contract and wasn't allowed to pursue her Hollywood dreams. Like, that was a side of Putnam we have never seen before. What was up with that? He
was already under duress. He acted within his character from what we've seen, in my opinion.
Really? You agree with that, fandom?
Yeah.
I don't see him like that angry before.
That was a side I've never seen.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Was he wrong? No, but he could have handled that way better.
And it speaks to the stress that he is under trying to get this production off the ground. He just lost his main star. the next one in line to really hold the reins is about to walk out the door. He's gonna have a heavy reaction to that.
I suppose. Why does Mabel think she's more entitled to Tobert's film footage than he is? Like, she's talking about, this is important. I need to find out who killed him. Like, what about Tobert? It's his film. He already said he was going to make a movie about it. How does she rate thinking that her podcast is more important than the movie he intends to make? Like, talk about go back to Botswana. This is where I do my work. Like, oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure there's only one of you at the table currently collecting a paycheck. Like, I don't know, talking about get out of my realm. I was like, girl, get bent. Like, what was up with that?
I remember first episode, she misses the podcast. So if he gets the film, it's like, damn, it's barely anything we can use for the podcast. And I have no really time to spend with Oliver and, oh my gosh, blanking on the name.
She's trying to scramble.
Yeah, and Charles. So this is pretty much like the only hope that they have.
You're my only
and just
hope.
Just like what's his name was being extra in that scene, trying to keep Meryl Streep on set. This kind of parallels that reaction.
I just grasping for straws. Just like, this is where I do my work. I need that. This is about me. Yeah. Oh, this is his shit. Like, this is about you. Go do you. But don't think you're taking my shit. Like, what? I didn't get that at all. She is the play. He is in a bad situation. Yeah, that is. She is definitely the play. But still, we're going to talk about that because how is he going to talk about Meryl Streep still under contract when the play's over, the man's died, and now he's trying to get more financing for a new idea of a new play. Contracts are out the window. She ain't under contract for shit. So I didn't understand that. Like, why didn't she just tell him to get bent right then, Phantom?
What do you mean? She was still under contract.
How? The play was over. That man was
dead. Did she sign a contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first one. But
the play is still constantly still ongoing.
The play it had not been canceled up to that point.
It had been. That's why he needed new money. That's why he needed money for the financing, and the producers were going to pull out. That's why the play has a new name. The second it got renamed, that's a whole new structure, new contract. I'm out. There's no way.
But that's not how they played that. Everyone is still in that contract for the way they had that set up.
I don't know. I'd have got a good lawyer and bet my ass would have been in Hollywood getting paid.
Even then, she was still like, she auditioned for it, but she hasn't got like, a call back. So until then, she still needs a job. So she probably, like, if it was like a new contract, she probably signed it, not knowing.
Well, no, during that scene, that's when she was told she got the role.
It was a done deal.
But before she got that, but that was before she got it. Like, she did the audition, but she didn't get it.
Charles tries to break it to Oliver that no one wants to do the show, and Ollie, of course, has a full diva breakdown. Like, because the money's coming in 5 minutes, and he's just now hearing that he may not have a product to even show. Like, that would be brutal. I can't believe my man didn't have another heart attack right then and there. And speaking of that, the lead man died. Like, again, this whole thing being morphed into a musical, I'm pretty sure the contracts that would all be null and void by this point, which is why Oliver is repping this new idea. He wants him back in his new play again, meaning he would have zero polar say in keeping Loretta there. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know how that works out. Leave it to the lawyers. But lucky for him, he comes to his senses and tells Loretta, of course, she can go to Hollywood to follow her dreams, but asks for one last favor, for her to sing the lullaby for the producers, which she obliges to do. And I have got to say, Miss Streep has got some chops. I
did not know she could sing. All these years I've been loving her in movies, I never knew that she could sing also. But it treks for actors of that generation. Because back then, they didn't have all this auto-tune and extracurricular shit. You had to be a triple threat if you were really going to stand out, especially if you were a woman.
That's true. That was incredible. Even had Kimber feeling it, and the rest of the cast back on board to do a musical. Like, she just sold and just like Oliver said, you're the only one who sees it like I see it. I need you to help them see it.
And she did. She sold that shit. Everybody was about to walk out until that song was sang.
Yeah, absolutely. And then while she's singing, we see Mabel and Tobert watching the footage of Ben just before he died, and he was telling someone that they shouldn't be there. Instead,
Who the hell
whoever
are
it
you
was
talking to?
just sat there looking sweet. But he said, "We both know you're bad." So I'm sticking with my first guess that I said last week, and that he's talking to Lucy in that dressing room, and that's why Charles was there telling him to stay away just as the curtain was going up. Am I crazy, fandom? Who do you think it was?
Who's Lucy again? Meryl Streep?
Charles' daughter.
Doubt it.
You don't think
Oh
so?
wow, where did that come from?
What's that?
You think it was Charles's daughter that she was talking to?
I think when the film was on and it showed Ben talking to somebody and he goes, "You're going to ruin my career. Get out of here." But you're not going to get out of here. You're just going to sit there looking all sweet, aren't you? You're going to ruin my career. And he's like, "No, I'm here for it." And then went there and then later, was it last season or right at the beginning of this season, we see Charles at his front doors telling him, "You stay away from her." So who would he be telling Ben to stay away from? His daughter. Like, you better.
I mean, his daughter, his girlfriend, because both of them were there in the crowd of the play.
Whose girlfriend?
Nice.
Charles's?
Yeah.
But why would he say that? Why would he say Charles' old girlfriend is sitting there looking sweet and going to ruin his career? It has to be somebody that could ruin his career, and I'm guessing Lucy's underage, and that would be something that would ruin his career.
I have a thought, but I want to call attention to what Jake just put in the chat, because just like maybe he just slipped and fell down the elevator shaft, this is very highly plausible too.
He was talking to the cookies?
Yep. Because they would ruin his career. And they do be sitting over there looking all sweet and delicious and shit.
Wow.
I mean,
I see the show doing that, honestly.
And this is Ant-Man we're talking about here. That legit could be possible. But here and even more radical thought, and there's not a whole lot that would hold this together. And if they did go this route, I would be very interested in seeing how they pulled it together. But what if it's Moneybags? Or Moneybags' son?
What if it's Donna?
The backers for
Donna
the play. Yeah.
You think it's one of them?
Possibly.
Why would he say that again, though? Why would he say you're going to ruin my career and I'm here for it?
Because I don't know, it's almost like conflict of interest. Like if you're the money or in any type of in charge, quote unquote in charge, you're not supposed to like fraternize with the employees like that. I mean, like I said, there's not a whole lot to hold that together. It's just a random tinfoil thought, because why not?
Why not? Absolutely. Gotta say, I think we're all on board with Jake, though. We love the fact that he could be talking to the cookies.
I sincerely hope they're talking about the damn cookies.
I'd rather it be cookies than Lucy.
Because that is just hilarious.
Yeah, Lucy's a dark
all this fuss about some damn cookies in this man's waistline. Like, calm down, bro. Control yourself.
And I'm all here for it. And then he goes out and dies. So the cookies, I mean, that adds up. That makes a lot of sense. I love that. And it keeps it light and funny. So I'm going with cookies. I like it, Jake. Donna tries to tell Oliver they can't finance his new play, but Cliff actually jumps in and vetoes her. He's in. I was like, what? He finally stepped up to his mom. And
he's growing a backbone.
And on the video, Mabel's still watching. She hears Ben saying, "I want you so bad, but you're going to ruin my career." Like, again, that does really talk to it. Could be cookies. I like
that. Sounds like the cookies, man.
It's more like cookies than Lucy's at that point. I don't know. You might just turn me. But how crazy is Loretta staying to do Oliver's play when she's got a guaranteed spot in the Hollywood production fandom? Like, what is that about?
Yeah, she just smitten with this play. Or this with Oliver.
You gonna sit there and do a play that's not even written yet over getting a guaranteed paycheck in Hollywood on a show that's already greenlit?
Not living in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't give a damn how many sparks were flying for that romance to take off and be great. You don't got the check right now, though, right? Like you don't even have like the script. I'm gonna go over here, and like when you're done with your thing, call me and we'll see if I got an opening on the schedule. Otherwise, I'm going to get this bag.
I mean, technically, she's getting paid. Like, that's what the producers are doing there. Like, the money's in. Like, those guys are getting paid for the start of it. Like, even practice, but still, like, not as much as she'd be getting in that Hollywood, I'm guessing. He's so happy, like when she says that she's going to stay, that he could kiss her, and then he does. And something tells me that this is not going to have a happy ending. How you feeling? I mean, are these two going to end up with a happy ending, fandom, or something bad going to go down?
Well, I hope so. I really do, because I don't want her to be the murderer. But I'm like 80-20, she's a murderer. Now I'm be like,
Come on,
damn, just happened with
man.
Charles. It's happening with whatchamacallit, now Putnam. So it's like, yeah.
Stage actors love the stage, but all actors love a paycheck.
Yep.
Kimber tells Charles she's in on the play, but can't give him her hanky. She lost it or gave it to a good cause or something. Why is she lying, AK?
I'm sorry, who is this again?
Kimber. Charles is like, I'll take that hanky now. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I would give it to you, but I lost it or gave it to a good cause or something. Obviously, she's lying. Why?
Yeah, she is on the suspect list. I mean, especially from the way they ended this, showing like the emotional roller coaster that she was going through on the sidelines, as it were. I think that was a very obvious pun that they were doing right there. Yeah, it's I don't know. I have to say I don't know when it comes to these things because I don't have enough information. There could be a very reasonable reason she doesn't have the handkerchief anymore. But I
Yeah, I
don't know what
think
that is. Everyone looks sus right now.
I think it's because she really did like Ben and wants to keep the last thing that he gave to her.
Highly possible.
It's that simple. Loretta finishes the song and brings down the house. Everybody's clapping in the moment. That is everybody but Kimber. She's in the corner talking about stuffing people out. Again, making all fingers point to Kimber as the killer. But once again, I say nay. Far too obvious. Sounds like you're with that fandom.
Yeah, it's too earnest. It's like the third episode. You're gonna name us like the murderer now, unless it's two murderers and she was the first one. But if she's trying to like, be like, the number one of this play, I wouldn't try to kill Paul Rudd's character.
Right.
I like try to kill like the second lead. So it's just before and then it's like her. But then again, I wouldn't put it past her. Like she said, it's like within this business, if you're not number one, they're not going to really focus on you.
It's cutthroat. Like, yeah, Hollywood is competitive, but Broadway is even more so.
Oh, so we already know. What's up, fandom? You gave this one a 10 out of 10?
Of course. We got to be a photo in there, man.
How about you, AK? Where you at with this one?
I'm going to go with a 8.5 out of 10. This was a good episode, but they still didn't give us a whole lot here. We still have many, many more questions.
Yeah, I'm going with a 7.5. Fandom overhyped me. He told me how great it was, and then I watched it. It was good, but I was like, it was good. I liked it, but I just love this series as a whole. So I love every episode. But yeah, seriously, it's probably about an 8. They're all about 8s and above because this thing is absolutely fantastic. I'm here for it. Next one. And I love how like every different episode, you just know they're gonna like lead it into somebody else being the killer. So
yep,
I'm here for it. Can't wait to see who they make the next one. Every episode, every season, absolutely, Jake. This is just one of the greatest, quirky, little, just fun little shows.
It is.
Breath of fresh air. So we got just a couple trivia questions. If you guys know the answers, write them in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. What was the company Howard said he could get to sponsor Oliver's musical?
Hold on.
Oh, she said, I got notes.
State Farm, you damn right.
I'm about to say it too. Like
State Farm Insurance.
State Farm is there.
Absolutely. Starting out the right way. Absolutely correct. Nailed it. What was Howard's cousin's name who worked for State Farm?
Moses Morris.
Moses Morris. He was
damn well I wrote that shit down too.
Oh, I could have made 100 questions out of this show.
There were so many. So many.
I just had to cut and go here and there. What year did Oliver say he wrote a musical in George Plimpton's bathroom?
1978.
1978. Oh, our girl is ready for this one. Well done, you. What poison did Mabel say would dissipate in 5 minutes?
I don't remember that one.
I knew this was my one. Just in case you were writing notes, we had to get a deep dive. What poison?
Probably that same one that was used in Flowers in the Attic.
You know that answer right in the chat box. We're watching it later. Put in the comment section down below. What kind of poison was it? Here's back to a little bit easier one. Charles said Kimber was an internet starlet on what social media platform? TikTok. That is absolutely correct.
There you go.
Absolutely influenced by TikTok. Who told Mabel that Dickie would be cleaning out Ben's apartment?
Wasn't it Tolbert?
That's incorrect. Who told Mabel that Dickie would be cleaning out Ben's apartment? I think that's why she ended up going up there without a key, because they're like, how would she even got in if she didn't run into Tolbert? But she was talking to Charles, and she was talking to Charles, and she said, so-and-so told me that Dickie will be cleaning out Ben's apartment, so I'm going to head up there.
Is it the gossip lady?
Incorrect.
I don't remember her name.
Look at my man. You Googled that shit. No way you nailed that, Jake. You did. That's amazing. Well done, you. That was absolutely poison. And the old lady? No, it's not. It was not Uma. Nice guess, but it was not Uma. Oh, that's awesome. You know that one? Put it in the chat box. Right down in the comment section down below. How many times did Mabel say she'd been in Ben's apartment?
2 times.
So it was either 2 or 3 times.
How many times did Mabel say she'd been in Ben's apartment? That is incorrect fandom.
If it's not 2, then it's 3.
There
I said 2 or 3. I said that. You didn't hear me?
That's why I said that was incorrect fandom.
Oh, okay. Well, see, the pause made it seem like the rest of it was incorrect too.
Gotta pick one. It was 2, 3, 4, or 5. I'm right? Oh, what old cult classic musical did Loretta say she was a part of in the original cast?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Little Shop of
One of
Horrors.
my favorite musicals.
And what did Loretta say the show was originally going to be called?
Eat Me Seymour?
Eat Me Seymour. My man,
I know it's one of the songs. Well done, fandom.
Well done. Oh, man. Look at that. Oliver said, nothing brings people together like a common enemy. That and what?
Funerals.
Incorrect.
Food.
Closer. Oh, Jake's been nailing them too. And Feeding Me Seymour, absolutely correct. Does he know this one, though? Random's on the right track. It was something pretty specific. Oliver said, nothing brings people together like a common enemy. That and a what?
I don't know, a war or some type of fight. A cause.
Oh, if you know that one, put it in the comment section down below. What did Donna call being drunk?
What did Donna call being drunk?
What did Donna call being drunk?
Totally missed that.
She came in at the very end and she said, I'm this. And then Cliff came in behind her giggling and goes, that's what Mama calls being drunk. Ooh, we got a couple of them. Couldn't have you guys get 100. Oh, look at Jake, though, just crushing it. I'm against it sober. Absolutely. I'm against it sober. 100% correct. I was dying. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. That's funny. Oh, well done, Jake. What did the doctor tell Cliff on his 8th birthday? We already talked about it.
That it's time for his mom to stop breastfeeding him and just, it's this freaking licensed Sweet Robin all over again. Gross.
Oh, long past due, man. Long past
due. Put your damn titties away.
Oh, and we're going to end it on kind of a deep dive, see if we remember this one or if we were paying attention. What print is on the hankies Ben gave as gifts?
It's something from one of his movies, I think. But I do not remember exactly what it is.
I will give you the hint, but yes, it has something to do with.
No, wait! It was something from the play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not either a baby carriage or a rattle.
Been on screen for a minute. Well done, Jake. Absolutely correct. It was a rattle. Knocked it out. You guys crushed this one. Well done. I was like, I had a couple of harder ones, a couple easier, but I mean, I think all but 2, you guys just smashed instantly. Well done, well done. That's going to do it for us. That is Only Murders in the Building, episode 3. And yeah, all here for it. Like I said, I don't know if I could give it a 10 out of 10, but I was definitely loving it and very much looking forward to the next one and seeing who they're going to paint as the killer in episode 4. We'll be here to do it. We have one more episode of The Witcher that we're going to knock out on Tuesday, and then on Thursday we'll be back to this one, and then we're going to be flipping it up and be doing Only Murders on the Building on Tuesday since it comes out on Monday, so it'll be a little closer to right after it comes out. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week. It only gets better from here, and until we see you next Tuesday, be easy, everybody.